We are even I can trade. You will be assimilated. Your trading knowledge and distinctiveness will be added to our own. You will click the like button. You will subscribe to this channel. You will share this content with at least one other friend. Resistance is futile.
Friends, family, friends of the family, traders, haters, everybody, what's up? We are back. It is February 1st after market, and if you can't tell by the chart, it is Fed Day. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm a little stressed out today. And I did it to myself, so I can't complain too much. So I'm gonna make this video short so I can go do something else that's relaxing, listen to some ASMR videos or something. But this is the day. So not to belabor the point, we got into some reports early, 10 o'clock right here. The big one was the job openings, which still points to a strong labor market and everything like that. So all this is good, whatever. But the big one was the FOMC that we were all waiting on all day. So nobody was really doing anything until that 2 o'clock time frame. And as you can see, 2 o'clock hit right about here. I'm gonna just zoom in to the important part of the day. 2 o'clock right here. The market just did its little choppy thing that it usually likes to do at the announcement of the Fed meeting minutes and everything like that. But you know, it was pretty calm. And you got to think this is 2 o'clock. This is when the time we were all waiting for. And all the way until about right here, which was 2:30, about a half an hour, nothing was really going on. It was just, you know, go up a little bit here, a little down here. We got the raise as expected. So a 25-point bump, as everybody knew, was going to happen. So in my mind at the time, I was thinking that we're either going to get expected news or we're going to get bad news. We're not going to get any good news, like, so to speak. We already had our reports. The only good news that we could really get is if he says, I'm not raising rates, or I'm going to stop raising rates or something like that. And that just wasn't in the cards, as far as I'm concerned. And we didn't get that. We got as expected. He didn't really say anything new during the minutes or anything like that. And, you know, here comes 2:35. And the market says, you know what? I'm tired of chilling. I'm tired of just going sideways today. You know what I'm going to do? Whoop. And it just took off out of nowhere, just out the gate. He was in the middle of his press conference. He really didn't say anything. I was following the presser. The press conference probably started like around here, like around, like, I don't know, 2:20 or something like that. And it just took off out of nowhere. He wasn't really giving any kind of crazy answer or anything like that. And it just went, you know, and here's really what it felt like. I'm gonna squish this up. This is what it felt like right here. It's just blah 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 blah. Oh, fomc, okay, not too much. Whoop. Out of nowhere, and it just launched, and it kept going and going and going. So of course, me being me, and I'm gonna be me, you know. I don't even know what time did I place this trade? I placed a call spread trade. And I think it was around one of these when I was like, oh, the Fed's, you know, nothing's happening really. We're getting as expected news. We're getting as expected numbers. Nothing is really changing anything. So might as well take a shot. Volatility was still up, so I can get pretty decent distance away from the market, which I did. And of course, y'all, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not really big on conspiracy theories or, you know, supernatural, superstition, stuff like that. But the market, whoever runs the SPX has my trading account bugged. It has it bugged, period. I'm convinced, because this is the second time this week. Now, I didn't tell you about the first time, but this is the second time where as soon as I place a trade, the market decides, yeah, I'm gonna go now. time this week, man. So, and I'm almost just used to it at this point. It's like abuse. Anyway, so yeah, the market knifed up, and my trade was really looking more like this. I think I got it on this green bar. When I saw this green bar wasn't going anywhere, I think I got it on this green bar. So I sold a 41.55. Try to be extra conservative because, you know, I'm me and I know the market hates me. So it decided to demonstrate very effectively that it hates me. So it decided to plow right on through my call. I didn't even get in a put. You know, I was trying to get in a put right here. You can see me setting up for it and everything like that. I even placed the order. And I think as soon as I hit the order button, the market took off, man. All just gone, right? So here we go. So, you know, I'm fine. You know, the market doesn't even see R1. It just, you know, what is that? Speed bump. R1 annihilates it. And then it does slow down a little bit once it hits R2. I'm just like, whew. And I'm not even really worried at this point because I'm still way up here, you know, close to R3. And I see it, you know, I see it kind of, you know, trending. You know, I got my trend line looking like this. So it's, you know, just carving all through my trend line. You know, I like to be on the underside of this line. But, you know, I'm like, okay, I got my blockers. You know, we're playing football. I got my R2 in the way. It's going to block for me. And it did. It bloop, bloop. Get on down. Got me below my trend line. And I'm like, okay. In the back of my head. So this isn't physical yet. Just, you know, physically, I'm just kind of doing other stuff, kind of keeping my eye on the market. But in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, there it is. All right, we're going to calm down. It's kind of found it where it wants to be. You know, I'm checking the GEX and I'm checking the 8 ball and all this kind of stuff. I ain't told you about the 8 ball yet, but half of y'all that watch the video know about 8 ball. But, you know, I'm checking the 8 ball. I'm checking the GEX. I'm looking at the R's. I'm like, okay, found a level where we want to be. At the time, it was like around 4,100, something like that. Okay, the market wants 4,100, wants to break 4,100. I already did it. It found, you know, R2 and it doesn't want to go above it, so we're good. And then guess what? Oh yeah, I got you good. I got you good. Slice, right on through everything. So now I'm starting to sweat. And especially once, because this green bar, like y'all don't know, I mean, unless you actually trade, you don't see these green bars as they're forming. I mean, it's just like bloop, 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 bloop. You know, it's just like, it's relentless. It's like a pile driver, like you're trying to hammer a nail into a board or something. It's like hammer, 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 hammer. So every little hammer, like my stress level is doubling, you know? And so I'm just like, okay, this is crazy. I'm like 100 points up. I mean, come on, man. There's nothing got announced. What is happening right now? And then we get a reprieve. And again, I'm just like, okay, that's it. That's the one where it's like, okay, the market has decided where it wants to go. It has decided, okay, this is where the sellers want to come in. This is high enough for me today. This is pretty good. We broke 4,100. You know, we broke to some new highs. We broke some other, you know, highs from way back over here. We're good now. We can relax and coast, right? No. Yeah. Whoop! Again. A third time. And this, y'all, right here, this is actual palpable physical looking. You can look at me and see me sweat right here, right? I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. This is me calling myself dumb. This is me setting up rolls, looking at roll situations. This is me looking at what it's gonna take to close. And y'all, IV is elevated, right? So you got IV through the roof. So that means the close price is through the roof. You know, I'm already well into, well, it wasn't until here, these two bars, I was in the dollar level to close. But, you know, I only sold this contract for like 20 cents. I'm already above my 3x stop because I'm just like, look, we only got like 30 minutes left in the day. I can ride it out. The market seems like it wants to stop. I'm rationalizing all this kind of stuff. All right now. And yeah, so right about here. Oh yeah, basically I'm just at these two bars, especially this bar. I have my finger all the way on the market close button. And if you know anything about me, I don't trade market orders unless it's an absolute break glass emergency. And at this point, I'm just thinking, let me salvage something out of the account. Let me, it won't take that long. It'll probably take me a month to make up for it. I have to eat crow in front of everybody. I have to drag it back again. I'm just like, okay, let me just wait for a red bar so that I can salvage some of the account at this point. And I'm being a little stark. It wouldn't blow up the entire account or anything, but it would have took a nice chunk, right? But I'm just thinking, like, let me just wait for a red bar. I know the market's got to come back. And on these two bars, especially at the time, this was a green bar at the time because you could see the wick up here. It got all the way up to 41.49. I think, 40. It didn't touch 41.50, but it got up to 41.49. And the green bars again, pile driving, pow, 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 up, constantly. And these are 5-minute bars. So imagine yourself sitting somewhere 5 minutes with like a nail pressed against your forehead and somebody just hammering it, bang, 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 deeper. That's what it felt like, right? So it's just like, okay, I can get a red bar. I can get a red bar so I can close this thing out, salvage some of the account. I know a red bar is coming. I know a red bar is coming. I know a red bar is going to come. It always comes. A red bar is going to come. 10 minutes of this, y'all. Because this red didn't happen until like the very last piece, the very last few seconds of this bar. So actually, really, it's more like 15 minutes of this because this was another pile driver right here. And it's just like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes, pile driver, pile driver, pile driver, pile driver. And you're just sitting there like sweating. Like, when is this thing gonna stop? It's gotta stop. What the, and I broke my cardinal rule of smoking hopium. I did. Smoked that hopium. I was hoping and praying that we got a red bar by this point so I could salvage something out of this trade and not. My biggest fear at this point, and you'll experience this, I hope you don't, but you will, is closing out the trade at the absolute peak debit and then the market turning around on me. So I was trying to wait for that red bar so at least I could not do that and save some part of my dignity. And luckily, this was all luck because the market didn't have to stop. Luckily, when it did finally turn around and give me that red bar, it did it fast. Like, it retreated quickly like a race car below this particular line. And then it kept going. And then it kept going. All of this time, thank goodness. So before I could think to go ahead, let me just close out the trade while I have a red bar, it kept falling, thank goodness. And it fell far enough away that I was comfortable with taking my finger off the trigger. Because I'm gonna tell you, my finger was on the trigger all the way through this bar. Sitting there looking at the screen, counting the pixels. Okay. And I don't think I let go of the screen until right around here when we got this skip right here. So long story short, I won the trade, but was it worth it? Because I feel like I cut my lifespan at least an hour shorter at the end. And I'm like, I could use that extra hour of life. I could have closed the trade, here for about even when we got this little drop back. But I was just like, okay, I felt like that was going to be the drop back of the day. Because right around this area, the trade went back to about 20 cents. And I could have closed it for a draw, called it a day. But I'm going to tell you something else that was running through my head was the day trades, the amount of day trades, right? Because I already had a close the other day where the market did what I just said that the market did this to me the other day. I closed that trade when the market knifed up against me as soon as I placed the trade. So I've already got one. I didn't want to keep racking up day trades. So That was also floating through my mind. I think if that had not been the case, I would have closed it once I got this. But I was like, I don't want to keep racking up day trades. I still got a couple more days left in the week. I could ride this out. I can ride it out. So, should have closed it, honestly. I really should have. This should not be a win, but it's a win. But my advice to you, if you're going to trade on FOMC day, wait till Jerome gets off the stage and the broadcast is over. Because I made a joke in the chat room, if he wiggles his nose the wrong way, the market's going to react, regardless of what he says. If he like coughs to the left, the market's going to be like, ooh, that's a special signal or something like that. And it's going to react. And it did. So either just don't trade on FOMC day or wait. There's going to be trades available, especially if the market moves. There's going to be trades available all the way up until like 3:30. You know, I'd say 3 o'clock, 3:30 trade if you're going to do it. Outside of that, just leave it alone. Skip it, man. Skip it. Because I definitely backed the wrong horse today. The wrong side, I should say. But luckily, I am very risk averse as far as getting close to the market for good reason, and won the trade. So anyway, here's the account. I'll bring this over here so you can see it. I got my little $20. Didn't even do a full I only did one contract, y'all. One contract. Just because I wanted to dip a toe in it. But all that stress over one contract. But I was trading a real account too on the background. I have one. Still, yeah, you can see it. We're on our way to 1,300, hopefully, knock on wood. So, yeah, that's all we got for today. I'm going to take a bubble bath or something. All right, bye.
Your assimilation to the collective will begin by joining the Even I Can Trade Discord. Link in the description of this video. You will join a tier based on your distinctiveness, or you will join the general area with no economic impact. Excuses are irrelevant.